Looking like a baddie, I show up and make them stop. Wanna know my name so badly, cause I run this whole block. Flip my hair, move my head, show the world I'm royalty. When I walk by, they be taking bows, cause they know I'm a queen, yeah. Move it, move it, groove it, groove it. They wanna know just how I do it when I do it, do it. I got that magic touch, it's a rush, pulsing through my veins when I show up every.
Do ba 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 do boo do a boo ba do boo ba do a do ba do ba do a do ba do ba do do a do ba do ba do a do ba do ba do ba do ba do a do ba do ba do a do ba do ba do ba do.
We the talking, I hope you niggas hear me. It's Mr. New York City. This one action. I got a movie book.
When it's ripping,
I'm in the coupe relaxing. You see the roof collapsing. I got my paper up, although I'm still kooky smacking. Yeah, the scar fearing, foreign car steering.
Jackie the Joke Man. Martin
Jackie.
What is that?
That's a pygmy with a heart on.
New York Islander, Rich Pilon. So, how bad did you feel with the Kevin Stevens hit?
Darius and I were in their kitchen, and we were like, we were dominating Mario and them at the time. And Kevin just wanted to take me out, and it was with a touch icing, and there was no need for him to come through. And he was just, and I kind of played like I didn't see him, and at the last second, just jumped right into it.
And we really love Jason Scoop, and we're so happy he's back.
Hello, everybody. My wife Jilly makes she's beautiful. That's my husband, wife. Excuse me, right there. That's okay. Look.
She definitely had a reason. He was definitely out treating. She done laughed him 50 dozen times, but this time she really means it.
Feeling like a puppet controlled by some strings. It's killing me 'cause I just can't say what I mean. And everywhere I go is the wrong place to be. I think I should go home, but I don't know where it is.
You know.
I need your body, I need your body. Don't touch my body. I need your body, I need your body. Don't touch my. I need your body, I need your body. Don't touch my body. I need your body, I need your body.
That's right. I need you like God needs Bonnie. I need you like Ghost needs Tommy. The DA, they might just indict me. The way I just boom the punani. Each night I be catching a homie. A Schmurder, no Roddy, no Bobby. Might make you my new baby mommy. And we could be Riri and Rocky. As long as the choppy is sloppy. The kitty get wet like tsunami. Don't feed me no game Tamagotchi. You know I need you right beside me. Ooh, ooh. I got the juice, call me Q. I throw my ops off the roof. Just to get home back to you.
That's right. Feeling like a puppet controlled by some strings. It's killing me 'cause I just can't say what I mean. And everywhere I go is the wrong place to be. I think I should go home, but I don't know where it is. I need your body, I need your body. Don't touch my body. I need your body, I need your body. Don't touch my. I need your body, I need your body. Don't touch my body. I need your body, I need your body.
You say you hate me, that really mean you love me. Really mean you love me. You know you need me, so why you try to dumb me? Why you try to dumb me? Spin through your story every time I see you sub me. Every time I see you sub me. Is your last name Kellogg? Why that is so corny? Why the hell you so corny? You can ask for anything, and it's worth a set money. No money. You can call me a lot of things. Mama never raised a dummy. Mama never raised a dummy. Every time you call me, I know you're feeling horny. So horny. And I come running and put it in your tummy. That's right.
Clap cheese, snackaroo, nabaroo, and I repeat.
Clap cheese, snackaroo, nabaroo, and I repeat. Clap cheese, snackaroo, nabaroo, and I repeat. Clap cheese, snackaroo, nabaroo, and I repeat. Clap cheese, snackaroo, nabaroo, and I repeat. Clap cheese, snackaroo, nabaroo, and I repeat. Clap cheese, snackaroo, nabaroo, and I repeat. Clap cheese, snackaroo, nabaroo, and I repeat.
How are you doing?
Thank you so much for joining me. You know, it's
Thank you
about
for having
time. You know how long it's been taking me to get you on here?
Well, you know,
It's about
we're all
time,
busy.
you know, but-
You've had a busy schedule, so I've been busy too. But we're here.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Appreciate you.
How you know, you have somebody sitting right next to you. Can you introduce me to
Yes.
your partner here?
This is my man Lance, aka Plant-Based Benny. We just dropped a new project, fully produced by him, all produced, executive produced by him. My man Plant-Based Benny.
All right. So let me ask you. So that video that we just saw, is that
He did the production.
Nice. So is that like your latest project right now? I mean, because I've been knowing your music for a while now, and that's like a little bit different, which
Yeah,
I like
different.
it.
No,
I like it. Is that like the route that you're going in, or?
I'd say, well, the last couple tracks I put out within the last maybe 2 to 3 years, he's produced them, like going through being an artist, dealing with different producers. It's, you have this, you have to deal with, you have that. Whether they want to give you the track, then they give you the track, then they want to charge you for the track, then they might have gave somebody else the track. So going through that really kind of started the pandemic. Everybody was shut down.
Absolutely.
We didn't, we couldn't go to the studio. We couldn't do this and do that. So he started, producing beats again. He, used to make beats. He got back in his bag, as they say, and he started making beats. And that was, I guess, the pandemic was 3 years ago, and here we are now.
I know. So, Jael, two things I want to ask you. First of all, how did you get your name? What exactly does it mean?
It's funny because people ask me all the time.
Right, because I'm like, wait.
Draft pick, from the sports.
Absolutely. That's the first thing that does come to my mind. But I say, I can have a different meaning. I don't know.
J.O. was just my name. My first name is Jonathan, so that's kind of a knockoff of that. I used to wear Jordans a lot in high school. One of my friends,
okay,
shout out to Duro, he kind of like stamped me with that name. Like, yo, we just gonna call you J.O. from now. And that was high school, and here we are still. And draft pick, I used to be in a group called Draft Picks. So kind of when the group dissolved, I just kind of took the same J.O. and just draft pick. But draft pick, I don't know. I always like sports. I'm not good at, most sports, but I always like sports.
So you just like the ring of it. You just like the way it flows, right?
Yeah, that's cool.
Oh, all right. So how long have you been an artist? You've been to the music business for how long?
Yeah, all my life. I like to think, kid group, to now an adult. I'm an adult artist, so all my life really.
So you're like a child prodigy.
Yeah, I guess if you want to say.
So
it like
were
that.
you always, as a child, since you went to music, did you have your like? Do you come from a background of family, with musically and stuff like that, or
I
is
have
it something?
uncles that were in bands and things like that, but I don't think that kind of had anything to do with my love for music.
Okay.
But since a child, I've always been involved in music, been doing music.
Were you like a Michael Jackson?
Michael Jackson is one of my favorite artists.
Okay.
So I guess.
Did you start that young, or were you like?
No, I wouldn't say it was that young. As a kid, I had a karaoke machine. You messing around with music and stuff like that.
Karaoke machines.
But from the group, it was a group of two, and after the group, after we went our own ways, I just kept the jaeodraftpick.
Okay.
It was easy. I guess it was easy. Everybody already knew, me from that. So jaeodraftpick.
All right. So you have a project out right now that you're currently working on?
Now it's out. Right now it's out on all digital outlets. Nice Try, Wrong Guy. Produced to the guy by my right, Plant-Based Benny. It's fire. Best thing you ever heard.
All right. So let me ask Lance, because Lance is your name, right?
Yeah.
So how long have you been doing music?
It's got to be over about 20 years.
20 years. That's a long time to be in the game, huh?
Yeah, I took a little break, like during law school. I wasn't really producing music.
Okay.
But, recently, over the pandemic, I definitely got back into it. And I also teach a music class.
Okay.
Music production and recording at a school called Eagle Academy. Shout out to them.
Okay. Is that right here on Long Island?
That's in Brooklyn.
Oh, it's in Brooklyn. Okay.
Yeah, those kids are my big inspiration.
Oh,
yeah,
whereabouts in Brooklyn?
It's called Ocean Hill. It's in between Bushwick. It's right off Fulton. But it's between Bushwick, East New York, and
I'm an East New York girl, born and raised.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I was right down Fulton Street on the J train.
Okay.
In Jamaica Avenue.
All right.
Yeah.
We're a little further west, or a little further south, I should say, on Herkimer.
Okay.
We're actually.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Now let me ask you guys. The pandemic. Do you think that gave you I know that it had different effects on different people as far as it was life. It was life changing for a lot of people.
Sure.
Not only health wise. I know you somebody, either yourself or somebody that knows somebody who's lost somebody to the pandemic.
Sure.
Everything it was like a 360.
No,
Do you feel do you feel that in turn made you get closer into doing the music because you felt like there was nothing else to go to, there was nothing else, or a lot of people said, oh, I just totally shut down, and it took an effect on a lot of people, so a lot of people either they turned away from what they love or it just brought them closer. How do you think that affected you and your music, your craft?
I'd like to think it really, I don't want to say it changed much. I mean, a lot changed during the pandemic, for me as well. I was signed at the time, and towards the end cap of the pandemic, the company was sold. So, we were pretty much, free to do what we want to do. And that kind of gave us the independent feeling like, let's just do it, on our own. I was signed already for about 3 to 4 years before they sold the company. And, yeah, I mean, maybe, like I said, with me and him, it maybe got us a little closer. Like, you just start making the beats, coming up with different ideas, themes for songs, topics, melodies, things of that nature. So I'd like to think maybe in that sense, it got us both a little, intertwined a little more together. But I don't think anything changed. Like I've always
you feel like you made more projects within that,
in that time.
Well, All I Know came out.
All I Know came out around that time.
For that.
No, we did. We were working. That's what I'm saying. She said, did anything change? I don't think anything changed. We were still.
How a lot of people, I feel that, everybody had, everybody started creating their own, like, let's say, home-based studios.
No, for
now,
sure.
Because you couldn't really now.
For sure.
Use,
No, that's exactly 100% what happened. We recorded the song. We were still, there were still studios that were open. We were able to go to.
Right.
But
and
even
freestyle as well.
We started doing the freestyles, the quarantine freestyles. But the video, I mean, that was kind of something new for us because we didn't have certain studios and things to go to.
Well, even the video, we were able to climb up on top of Westbury Music Fair.
Yeah, that was different.
Yeah.
But like I said, with the video, it was just a newer way of doing videos. We rented out a freaking U-Haul truck.
Okay.
And shot the video. Did the U-Haul truck inside.
You had
shot
to do
the
everything
video.
around.
Yeah,
like
the pandemic was tough. I mean, towards the latter part of it.
Right.
Bro, I'll put it on.
We're having technical difficulties here, but let me ask you this: growing up, you said that Michael Jackson was your inspiration, right?
Yes.
Okay. Who is your inspiration? Like, who do you think, like, doing this, and you have so many music out? Like I was saying before, I was going through your catalog, and I didn't even realize how much, because we actually, that's one of the things I forgot to bring in, but we actually did like this cute skit with Justina Valentine, and I always know, shout out to our girl Tiffany, she's the one who connects.
Tiffany, I gotta give Tiffany her props. I met Tiffany was another person I met during the pandemic.
Okay.
She had the
showcase,
the Keep 6 feet.
Yeah.
And that's kind of when I met her. And since then, Tiffany, I thank God all the time. Tiffany came into my life. She helped with a lot of things that have since then. Since she's met
the Counting Me Out video.
They single-handedly, helped me with that. And that's probably one of my bigger videos on YouTube.
Shout out to Shatik.
Yeah.
Shout out to Shatik too. Yeah. Shout out to Shatik.
Yeah, definitely. She's a great help. Like Tiffany's, forget it. Like
Tiffany's good. Tiffany's good.
But she connected us with the Justina Valentine to do that little skit, which I kind of like, let's see if I can squeeze that in. If not, we'll short next week or something like that.
Okay.
But as of right now, like what going forward with all your projects, like, is there like a collab that you have in mind that, you're like, I would love to do a collab with this person?
Artists, I mean, I think the music that's out is dope right now. You got a lot of different dope artists. I mean, we all everybody wants a Drake feature. I mean, I'll take a Drake feature right now. We're gonna work with somebody.
So how would you, like, if you wanted to really do how would you go about, like you have to really know somebody, or do you just make a phone call and you just set something up? Like, how does that really work? I'm just curious.
Maybe in those days, yeah, but now with all the technology, the different outlets and things like that, a lot of these artists, like even the artists like, the Young Blue artist, they didn't know each other. It was a song kind of blew up.
Who's it?
On Instagram. Young Blue Vandross, he had the song your mind. Any of these artists that's how it works now. It's
No, I
not
thought you
like
were gonna say Blueface. Is that what you're talking
no,
about?
not
Because let me tell you something.
not Blueface.
Listen, I'm so glad it's not, because every time that you turn into, into social media, this person, and I don't want to knock what he does if he made but it's that constant negativity of him and his relationship with Krishan or Sean or whatever.
It's embarrassing.
It's just too much. I don't even want to even talk about it. You know why? Because it's really nothing. There's no substance to it except the same thing. I'm like, who is this guy?
It's a bit much.
I don't even know what he's saying.
And then all the blogs cover it.
I was about to say, but I think the world that we live in now, people feed off the negativity. People want to see negative. People want to see positive. But that kind of brings us back, to the album, because that's like, the album is all positive vibes. It's nice try, wrong guy. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's just the best thing. It's just the
absolutely.
Best thing
I really feel that we definitely need more of that.
Sonically, the music, it's very good music. I mean, it's not to be compared or contrasted to any type of sound. I think the new sound, even as you said, the song that we played is a different kind of sound for me. And I think right now, just musically, I'm in a different pocket that that I love. I love that space that we're in right now. It's been good for us.
So you consider your music what? Is it like a hip hop R&B type of poppy? Like, how would you go about describing
it's
your music?
always hip hop at the end of the day. 51631 is what kind of got me, I've always been, doing music, but 51631 is kind of what got me my name, in, I guess the industry or whatever you want to call it, what have you. So I don't know, I'm always a rapper, but I mean, as far as
so let me ask you. So when people say, like, when you like when they say, what do you do? I say, oh, so I'm a recording artist. Do you fall into that recording artist?
I use recording artist. I use musician. Like, I'm always going to be a rapper, but I think now with this project, it brings out more of a musical side to my artistry rather than, he's just somebody that just raps. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. So do you ever say, I'm a rapper? Like, is that too cliche? Or
I guess
is that something you don't like?
It's a little cliche, but I guess depends on the content of the conversation. Like, it might be, it could be a rapper, could be artist, could be musician, could be recording artist, whatever, whatever sounds best.
When you say rapper or you say hip hop artist, is that fall into the same category?
I would think so. Yeah, I would think so. But the type of music, I wouldn't put a title, a genre to the music that we're making right now. It's just music.
Okay.
It's just music.
So would you branch out? I mean, Lance, are we gonna see him do like some Latin flavor here? Because I'm dying to do a collab here, so we're gonna put some of that Latin flavor in there.
We have that on deck.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, got it. Sure.
That's why I said it's just music. I think people get so caught up in wanting to be a rapper and this and that. I just want to make music. I just want to make good music.
Absolutely.
Whatever it is, whatever age group, ethnicity, like race, like I just want it all. Like I don't want to be put in one type of box. Like, he's a rapper, so only people that listen to rap are gonna like him. Like, nah, that's not
right. So, but do you sing as well?
I guess you could call it
right.
I don't think.
No, but I'm saying
Usher, you know what I'm saying? I'm not Usher or Luther Vandross.
But I'm saying
now we incorporated melody, singing into the music. That's something that even if you go back and listen to music, it's always been there. It's just more finesse now. It's just better.
Okay.
I think it's just better now. I think I've always had melodies, whether or not they were good melodies or not. It was always that type of sound from my music.
Shout out to our engineer, Steve K.
Yeah, Steve K. Shout out
to
Steve
K.
Steve K.
So let me ask you, Jayo. So from here on, right, you're saying that you want to do, you're versatile with your music and stuff like that, 100%. Right? And you've been around for a while doing this, and you see, the comes and goes, and you see how everything changes, especially with the, the whole media outlet circuit and stuff like that. Do you feel that this new wave of, TikTok and,
everything comes
reels
change.
And has it helped you any better, or did you like the old school way where you had your A&Rs and
I'd say this. It's easier to be an artist now. Before then, you really had to know where to go, to perform your music, where to go to try to, market your music, certain things. Now it doesn't matter. Like anybody, as long as they got an email account, you could be a rapper, or you could be an artist, or you could be, whatever it is you want.
But exactly what I'm trying to say then. So you as, a serious artist have been doing this for a while, and you know what it takes, how, to get to where you want to do. And then now you have these outlets what makes it makes it easy
makes
for
it
everybody
easy.
to be called an artist. And you know, when sometimes when you hear some of the music that you hear, you really some of the words don't even make sense. Let's just like, you know, but so they go by a trendy beat,
No,
you
for
know,
sure.
or something that's,
sure.
you know, they can do a dance to for
sure.
TikTok. And then
sure.
that goes viral. But then meanwhile, you have real substance of a song with great meaning behind it and all that.
Well, it's interesting because I think it's a talent to be able to connect with people. Like someone might not be the most lyrical, someone might not be the most traditionally talented,
For sure.
but if you have the ability to connect with the audience, that is a talent in and of itself. So, you know, I think it's really good that everyone has the ability. It sort of evens the playing field and it takes the ball out of the court of the record labels. Like the record labels are sort
Do
of.
they even exist anymore?
Of course.
I
Like,
haven't
of course,
heard. I think
they still
everybody
have the
just.
machines like with playlisting and stuff, and even with algorithms. Like the record labels
but
will
they're
still be
making-
able to play. They're still able to play with those type of things. But you know, independent artists can still just by connection, putting stuff out on Instagram or TikTok. People
So that's
can
basically
connect
the only way right now, unless, you know, like I don't know, like I guess when I growing up doing this, I would say, you know, everybody, especially with the, you know, you either had to know somebody in the industry, you know, or you had to have a big budget for.
Sure.
And I always used to say, okay, you need some kind of a budget for your promotions and marketing, stuff like that, but that still doesn't guarantee if you're gonna make it or break it.
No.
You could put
No, it
in,
doesn't.
you know,
No.
X amount of money
It'd be
into
a money
doing
pit, yeah.
right, you know,
spend everything
and
will
nothing comes
happen.
exactly. You know, I know people who know people that should be, and just because you know them also doesn't mean that, you know. And I feel then you have, you know, that
Ultimately, the people decide what's going to work.
It's the people, exactly. That's why when I mentioned the A&Rs, I mean, not knocking the A&Rs, and, you know, good for them, but I always used to say, so you're going to tell me, one person is going to tell me if my song is going to make it or break it, like go home, like who are, like, we have a whole, like, thousands of people out there who's going to decide, but you as an, you know, you're going to tell me what's going to, everybody has different opinions,
right?
You know, different tastes, different opinions, so.
It's really subjective. But what is objective is the connection with people, the ability to sort of put your music out there and people share and comment and like. And I think that's what we have, you know, with the projects we've been putting out. We've been able to make a real genuine connection with our fan base and sort of growing our fan base, and it's exciting.
So your fan base. So have you, Jay? Do you travel? Have you been out? So like, what have your
absolutely? From San Diego, you know, Florida, Midwest. I mean, we've been around.
AC,
Atlantic City. I mean, in the tri-state area.
Yeah, are you looking like? Do you look like forward? Like, well, I would love to go into some other country.
Oh, I'm trying to get. Listen, whoever's listening now, bring me to your country. I'm trying to passport. Let's get it.
Bring me to your country.
Poppin'.
Hello, where's your passport? Let's show them the passport.
Yeah, I think,
like we're ready. Hello, who wants to take us to? You know what? I'm going to Dubai.
That's what I mean about the music, though.
In the middle of Dubai.
It's at a place now where it's all over the world. Like, yeah, you know, we get listeners from, you know, different countries and things like that, but I think it's just about expanding.
Sure, being on satellite radio.
Being on satellite radio. I mean, we've been all over the country in Canada.
And I've been,
you know, that's been for the past, you know, again through the pandemic, we were able to break into so many new barriers.
Right.
Now that it was just like, all right, well, it's not just a New York thing where they're just playing me on Hot 97 and Power 105, like they're playing me on for everybody to hear, you know, of all genres and all things. You know, obviously it's a hip hop station, but I'm still getting played different places. You know, even when from when I was signed, shout out to Tommy Boy, you know, my videos now, I still get people that would take videos and upload them now in different states, playing my videos in gyms that I've made, you know, 3 or 4 years ago. So we're definitely all out. And I think it's just about trying to touch as many people. Because like you said, with the social media, I mean, you could reach anybody now as long
you
know,
can, but you know,
who's
in charge of Instagram? I need to talk to that person because his algorithm does suck. Like literally, like it's like you
That's
have a
tough.
certain amount of
No,
people,
it's definitely
and
tough.
and it's just like, okay, what's going on? There's no way that I only have 5 likes and you have like 1,000 people. Like, where's
Right.
all the you can't tell me that
Well,
everybody just
It's a
just
business.
watches
It's
and
more of a
doesn't want.
business now.
Well, here's the thing. They want you to pay for advertising. So if you have 10,000 followers and if you posted something and all 10,000 people it came onto their feed, why would you ever pay for advertising?
Right.
So the algorithm sort of restricts you. So if you really want to reach,
Is that
all
what
the
it is?
people,
It's going that deep, huh?
absolutely.
See,
Absolutely.
we gotta learn how to play the game. Is that what it
Yeah,
is?
they have to
They gotta
monetize the
they gotta
platform.
make money. Yeah.
They have to make money. So with the algorithm, if you're a super popular account, these things don't matter. But if you're somewhere in the margins, they're not going to show your posts to all your followers. They want you to pay for their advertising. So
I've never even came across that stuff like on YouTube and stuff like that when they make you, or even Facebook. But I've never seen any
It's
like.
all,
Oh, yeah.
it's all business.
There's
it's all
tons of
about money now.
Instagram advertising, Facebook.
You know what?
YouTube as well.
Speaking of, I have a question for you. So, what do we think about this blue check? That now it's available for people to buy.
I think, well, I say it like this. Like you said, it's a business, and I think it's a good idea because you have people that were that were really
people paid $5,000-$10,000 for a blue
easily.
check.
People were
at its
paying a
height.
lot of money at
So-
their height of it. People were paying a lot of money for
And
it.
Instagram wasn't getting any of that money. So now
So they
made
found
it
a way.
They found a way.
What they make in the first day?
It was like $30 million or something. It was something
Really? So, but
outrageous.
I hear both sides of the arguments too. So when you have the people who actually say, "Oh, so we legitimately worked hard, we put in the work," you find us on Google and you can see the work that we put in. You find us on newspaper.
Well, it's different.
news-
Well,
that-
it's different now. Now the blue check no longer means you're a
That you're a
celebrity.
celebrity.
Right, exactly. So
changed
now
the
for
me-
those that
changed the
were
meaning.
that feel like they had, now they're like, "Oh, so now anybody basically
think
can just buy it and
gotta get over it.
pretend that
Well,
you're."
It goes
Well,
back
you're
to the
not.
same.
Like it doesn't mean the same thing.
It goes back to the same conversation that we had. Like, before then you were people knew who you were from, certain things. If it was a magazine, write up an article, or, we didn't have the internet. Times have evolved and times have changed. So, that those platforms allow people, a lot of people, might have had checks. They were nobody. They were able to
But
do
like
this
right
and
now,
do
so
that.
why is it available to if you, let's say, if you didn't earn it or if you weren't given that right, because not just being a celebrity, because I think a lot of businesses and stuff, to be recognized, but like the argument that I hear on both sides is like, why have to pay to have it for what? To show that you have if everybody know,
Well, you know
even
what?
for the people who already have it,
There's no reason.
they're gonna think that they pay for it anyway if they just met somebody. How do you know that it's authentic?
According to Facebook, it no longer means that you're a celebrity. Like that's out.
Now it's more
over.
like it's now more like to
It's actually
authenticize
right.
to if your page is authentic.
Yeah.
Right.
I get it. But you know how we feel about that? So if you wanted to do it that way, then why didn't you do the check a different color? Why didn't you? So that way it's a difference. Okay, so you want to make sure that page is yours and it's not going to be copyright.
You see, I think I understand what you're saying, but I think you give it too much importance. I mean,
Yeah, I don't think.
Well, I only speak of I don't have a. I don't.
Well,
I
no,
don't have
I'm not you
personally.
personally, but just in general, like if you are who you are, that check doesn't mean much.
But
like I do social media marketing as well.
Okay. Well, look at that. So now you can give us a little insight on that.
So, it's one of those things where I've had guys, DJs. I can't really reveal my clients, but Lance, I want to get verified, and I'm like, listen, like you're on a world tour. You're one of the biggest DJs ever. Why? What does it matter? I got to get verified. Such and such is verified. It's sort of
because I think in
overhyped.
their mind it's just to show that they put in the work.
It's
it
sort
is
of
a
a
status
status-
thing
it's a
because you
status
feel like you put in the work. Like
but it doesn't
just,
equate to
well, not
money.
But anyway, I don't know. That people, it's a balance like that. You know what I'm saying? If it was like the way I felt before, it was like, well, if I didn't get my blue check before, don't give it to me now because now I don't want it because now people think I'm going to board it. Blah, 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 blah. But now I'm thinking, you know what?
Well,
So many people are getting hacked.
It's an easy way.
And so many.
And then
This is a good way. So
get your account back.
yeah.
It's for
Actually, I
security
have an
reasons.
account right now that Instagram suspended. Okay, back in December. They said that I violated community guidelines for impersonating.
Really?
Who the hell am I impersonating? Myself? Like, if you look at my page is I'm an artist. Everything you saw is, so I'm using like a backup page right now.
Oh no!
Just to get myself back. But I'm like, so this is what I'm saying. So you want to play around with me now? You want to take it like for no reason? Then that's it. I never heard of my page again.
We'll
so
see
hopefully,
if you get your page back.
Yeah, let's see if we can get that back. But we're gonna go.
No, definitely.
We're gonna take a quick commercial break, and when we come back, we're gonna continue talking to Jo and Lan. So we'll be right back.
Hi everyone, it's Teresa from Tea Time. I have a show on every Saturday morning, 11 a.m. on Channel 20. What's Tea Time about? Tea Time is about interviewing people in the entertainment industry. Actors, producers, singers, dancers, magicians, MMA fighters, Donnie Most from Happy Days, and Butch Patrick from the Munsters, Kieran Sheehan, who played the lead in Phantom of the Opera on Broadway, and so many more. So check out my show. It's fun, it's entertaining, and it's interesting. Hope to see you there.
Scotty watching you, bitch, so you run up with Scotty minking your ass, bitch. I'm letting you know that now. Who? Scotty, bitch. She gonna mink your shit. Run up.
Why would me and Scotty be fighting?
Bitch, why would you do? Like I said, that's what.
Don't jump in.
She gonna mink your shit. Jump in.
Wait your turn.
Take your shit off,
No, she
bitch.
had her turn. She don't get no more clout off me, bitch. We fought 3 times. I want this bitch. You jump in, Scotty gonna mink your shit, bitch. So let's do it. Come on, bitch. Come on.
Get out
Come on.
of here. Everybody get out,
Come on.
because I'm getting out too.
So, right there. What is up with these shows?
I mean, again, it's people like nonsense.
Why?
Drama and.
But why
it
do
sells.
why do we, if, you know, then we complain and we see all that's going on, the violence and all the drama and all, you know, like, it stems from this. Like, why do people subjected to wanna like?
Listen, if people didn't show it, yeah,
that's entertaining to watch grown ass women just be out there beating each other up as
absolutely.
I mean, boxing is the same thing. It's boxing. People.
This no, I cannot fathom that.
I'm not agreeing with it. I'm not saying I don't really, you know. It's like when Love and Hip Hop.
He's over there laughing like it's a great. No, I don't.
Listen.
I don't watch it either, but I mean,
when you see it come across your timeline, yeah, it's something to look at, it's something to laugh and giggle about.
I don't know. I just think, you know, there has to be a time when you have to grow up and know that, like, I get it, you're getting paid to fight, I guess, but I don't know. What's the next one? Let's just go on to the next one.
Now, I mean, it's tough, but you know, I mean, it's like publications like The Inquirer, right? Remember?
I get it. I don't even look at that. Right. I don't even know. I can't even believe that they're still in publication.
You know, right. But you know, you be in a line at the supermarket and then it becomes difficult. It's over there staring in your face.
I know it's fake news, so I won't even. I'm not even looking at it.
Diana,
no. The Sun, please. I don't even know why that's not even burnt already. But anyway, Bobby, what's our next one?
It had to be an excruciating decision. With the flames closing in, she had to drop her children out of a second-story window into the arms of a stranger. That stranger, a man who's homeless, living nearby. And today, he's being called a hero. Phoenix mom Claudia Jimenez woke up Thursday morning to find flames ripping through her apartment. With the front door blocked, she and her 2 young daughters were trapped.
I opened my window and I started yelling. Please, someone help me. Like, there's a fire. I can't get out through the front. I need someone to please help me.
But even before firefighters arrived, help came from nearby.
All I see is the lady pull open the window and she's screaming, please help me, please help me.
Joe Hollins, a man who's homeless, was camped out near Claudia's apartment. When his wife heard the screams, Joe ran to help Claudia, who was at her second floor window.
He was right underneath and he's like, yes, throw your daughters out. I'm going to catch them. I'm going to get them.
Joe safely caught 1-year-old Valerie, then 8-year-old Natalie, then the family's 2 dogs. But Claudia was still inside.
And she didn't want to come. At first, she was scared she was going to fall. And I was like, I got you, don't worry.
Joe caught Claudia, too. Firefighters arrived and were able to fight back the flames. And this grateful family says they owe their lives to Joe.
I will forever be thankful with him, you know. Like I said, to me, he was an angel. Because of him, we're here, we're alive, and my daughters are safe.
But Joe says he's no hero. Anyone would do the same.
Yes, anybody would. Those are children.
Now that's a story. Now that's something that you come across and it's interesting to watch.
And you know what?
It's real. I mean, it's literally like he's an angel. Like, do you imagine that? Like, you saw how hard those flames were?
Sure.
Like, so shout out to
whoever that was. But
yeah,
unfortunately,
there was an angel that just happens to be there, and this woman with 2 daughters and 2 dogs, and he caught all of them, even the mother. So big round of applause. We need more people like that.
Absolutely.
But
no, 100% the world needs more people like that. But I will tell you this: more people was looking at that fight scene than more people was looking at that.
Well, maybe or maybe not.
I don't know. People, we need to do better. Honestly, we need to do better because I know it's entertainment and stuff like that, but this is what I feel like corrupts people's minds. Like everything now, you know, as you see with everything that goes on, I'm all for recording stuff when things are happening because I feel that is the proof that of what really happened.
Sure.
But I'm not for, like, if there is a fight, somebody can actually get hurt or even worse, and there you are just recording and egging that on, like that I don't agree with, you know. So I just think that these shows kind of like, you know.
Yeah.
But
they showed the wrong thing in forecast.
In terms of that story, that's a feel-good story.
Of course, yeah.
But the flip side of that is the problem of homelessness in our country. We have the most resources in the world, yet we have the highest homeless population.
Yeah, well, you never know because of that video. Now, you know, we hope so. Let's just hope because of his heroic efforts, you know, maybe they'll find him a place, he'll find a job, and you know,
even speaking to healthcare, like people have mental health issues and, you know, are able to find housing. Housing is expensive.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, in this country, people are not given living wages. People are working 40, 50, 60 hours a week and still are homeless as well. So, you know, it's a tough situation out there. I pray for our homeless people
and we
out
pray
there
for them
find
too.
peace.
And hopefully, you know, with J.O. and his line of 631, which I want to hear more about, he can help. And we're going to do a donation.
We definitely we do that.
So I want
we definitely do give back.
But tell me quickly about your line, just 631.
51631. It was a song that came out 2016. When I thought about this song, it was just a matter of Long Island. I've always been, you know, a Long Island representative, Long Island chain, Long Island tattoos. Long Island's always been my stomping ground, but I think just trying to create it, I don't know, just trying to, instead of saying Long Island, maybe it was a cooler way to say it, you know, the 51631, taking 516 Nassau, 631 Suffolk, you put it together, you know, you get 51631. So it just really started off as a song. I really didn't expect it to actually be a brand. From the success of the song, it kind of took off, and then just one thing led to another. But we 8 years in.
Awesome.
You know, over thousands of hats, sweaters, shirts, hoodies sold.
Look at that. That is amazing. But you know, there's something else, Bobby. Do we have that flyer that I have of him? We could that'll be the last one that we show.
Yes. All right. Yes, that's
Lifted Essentials.
Yeah, shout out to Lifted Essentials.
So I want to know about that. See, because I saw that, I was like, oh, okay.
Shout out to Lifted Essentials. One of my partners, Lance, Gary, and Brian as well. That's a dispensary. You know, recently Long Island was awarded recreational licenses. Well, New York was awarded recreational licenses, and we were among the first batch of people to receive their card license. They gave it to what's it called? Justice Involved individuals like myself who, you know, obviously had some trouble with the law.
About 20 weed
arrests. Do we have to do this right now?
Well, you brought it up. Justice Involved.
I didn't bring up how many arrests I had. I just.
That's a totally different story, a different show.
They've been expunged. They've been expunged.
Yeah.
That's why.
I guess we can talk. Yeah, I guess I have the license. Yes, because not only that, but she brought up 51631. If it wasn't for 51631, we wouldn't have the license, because the term, not only did I have to be somebody that, you know, was arrested for, you know, marijuana convictions or had marijuana convictions, you also have to have your own business that showed a profit.
Profitable.
You know, it's so funny you say that now. Back in the day, it was like, oh my god. Now it's just like, are you serious? Like you gotta you have you know.
But to your point earlier in the interview when you asked, it kind of shaped my life, because, you know, I had a lot of, you know, arrests that, you know, stopped me from certain opportunities, you know, in life to advance jobs and things of that nature. So I wasn't able to have, you know, certain things because of those arrests, which are now expunged. So I guess, you know, the state and, you know, God granted me this so I could get back all the money that I gave Nassau County over there.
Right. All right. Well, you know.
Lifted Essentials coming soon.
Coming soon. Real soon. And that's that. Follow us. Lifted Essentials. LYFTED Essentials. On Instagram. We have the website as well. What's the website?
Yeah, and I also want you to let them know, because we're almost ending at you know, I think all the talk and all the information we have, we need it more than the hour that we have.
Yes.
But I want you to let everybody know where exactly, you know, what are your handles for your music,
Yes,
you know, if they want to know about this business for your clothing line.
Yeah, so Lifted Essentials, you just said, I said it again. The Instagram is Lifted, that's LYFTED Essentials, regularly spelled out. That's the Instagram. The website is the same, liftedessentials.net. You can find me at jaeodraftpick, that's JAEO draftpick, regularly spelled out. We have Lance the Lawyer spelled out on Instagram, and yeah, you can find us there. Instagram as well, the 51631. Instagram Global Eyes Media with a Z, Eyes with a Z. Yeah, and that's it. We here, man. 51631, shop 51631. And we here, man. Nice Try Wrong Guy out now on all digital outlets. Make sure you download that,
baby.
Download that, play it on all streaming outlets. Let your moms listen to it. Let your grandmoms listen to it. Your dad, your kids.
The whole
it's
fam.
for everybody. Let the dogs listen to it. It's for everybody.
Put that on replay, right?
Yeah, now put it on replay. Like I said, you know, we out here. We got a new video dropping any day. New single dropping any day. Y'all saw the last one. Need Your Body. The remix is out right now as well. Playing on Pound 105.
Shout out to DJ Scenario.
Shout out to DJ Scenario. Shout out to
DJ
DJ Express as well.
Nice.
And shout out to all the DJs that we rocking with right now, man. You can catch us on the radio any day of the week, man. It's jaeodraftpick, Long Island. We in the building.
All right. Well, I'm loving this, and I'm waiting for our collab.
Yes.
You know. We did a little skit there, but that was, you know.
Shout out to Justine Valentine.
Yeah, that was next week I'll probably show that. But I just have a couple of people here I want to shout out. Thank you so much to Mickey and to Carly, and thank you so much for joining in. For everybody who's been, I always say this, you know, thank you so much for all the people who join in day in and day out. And, you know, and follow the show and always giving me words of encouragement and always telling me how much they love the show. I do this for you guys. So thank you so much for always being that loyal viewer. And if you can, I would love it, please, if you can share the video. You know, sharing is caring. So when you share the video, more views, more people, and I can continue doing this for you guys. So I appreciate you all. Thank you for joining in. Yeah, absolutely.
Nice Try Wrong Guy out now.
You heard it from jaeodraftpick. Thank you so much. And Lance, it was an amazing time with you guys. I hope we can do this again.
Sure.
I know we had a little rough start there, you know, but that's what happens when you're in a live show. You know, technical difficulties do happen.
Stuff happens, man. It's part of the game.
But you definitely would love to welcome back again. So thank you all. I hope you have a great night. Los quiero mucho. Los amos. Mwah. Adios.
Nice try,
Bye.
wrong guy. I don't know how you say it in Spanish, but nice try, wrong guy. Out there.
Wait, I got to think about that.